All right, so from blowing up people's graves 27 years later to um modern generations and current generations not being able to drive a car, knowing how to change a tire, not knowing, not even wanting to drive. Like me, for me it was like a feeling of independence when I got my license and everything else, but apparently today's generation, they don't want to drive. They've got Uber and everything else. So what do they need to drive and get a license
Like,
for?
there's like even self-driving cars and fucking even the one they even have self-driving Ubers now.
Yeah,
Have you heard about that?
Waymos. Yeah, Waymos.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I guess I can see it, but at the same time, I'm like, I want my own independence when it comes to driving a car.
I mean, shit, it would help me out a lot.
True. Oh, blind motherfucker. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's get into this video. And yes, there will be some comments about the way that she looks and everything else. But I mean, you know, it's nothing again. It's nothing personal. Just, you see what you see.
Why is Lee crying today? Well, because I just bought a car this morning and I learned it doesn't have cruise control. I literally can't drive without cruise control.
Guys, it's not often that I see a TikTok that actually manages to
What do you
scare
mean?
me. You know, occasionally I'll see one of
But you
those
bought a car
videos
that
where, like,
didn't have cruise control?
She bought a
I feel
car
like
that
every
doesn't
car
have.
has that.
Oh,
How
okay, bro. Like
even old cars like
my
really
car
old.
that has cruise control, I barely even use.
Well,
I had a
that's
'93 Grand Prix that had cruise control.
well
It
that I
also
guess
depends
that's
on
one
where
of
you live.
that's been one of the big I guess like since this video came out, there's been big debates over people like, well, I don't use cruise control because it crashes, and other people are like, I use cruise control all the time. And specifically people are like me, I use cruise control when I go on like long trips, or like I'm driving on the
Right.
freeway. But
Mhm.
like
Isn't that the point of it?
I always thought so, but apparently not for some people.
somebody misses a baseball and the baseball comes flying at the screen. And yeah, once in a blue moon, those will make me tinkle my pants. But these days, I feel like we've sort of grown accustomed to everything on TikTok. You know, things don't usually jump out at you when you're on TikTok
When else could
because
you
it's
be
just what you're
using cruise
expecting.
control?
I guess this person uses it on the regular basis of just driving down the street.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
That seems dangerous.
well, yeah, you would think so. But I always thought like whenever I use cruise control in like I guess like suburban areas, it doesn't turn on for me unless I'm over 35 miles an hour. Like I don't know if that's specifically my car or like all of them.
Right.
There's
But
exceptions
like
to every rule,
I
however,
I
and
like equate that to like in a video game, if you like the auto run feature, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like if you're like going from one place to another, auto run's dope, but you're not gonna have auto run on when you're in a town. You know what I'm saying?
that's when I use auto run.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like I use auto run in the towns. At least when like an MMO, like I'll click on where I need to go, auto run, and then go do something, and then I come back. Boom, there it is.
today is one of those. Guys, I've got to be honest. I think that we hand out driver's licenses a little bit too easily in this country. I think as we've hit a point where every single living person right now has been alive during a time in our history where cars are just like a normal day-to-day thing, at least in America, people have sort of begun to believe that like having a car and being able to drive it is a right. That being handed a piece of plastic when you're a teenager that says you can operate a 4,000-pound death machine is just part of the American experience. I'm like, look, I'm not necessarily going to like fight back against that. I love cars. I think 16 is a fine age for most people to be driving. But like I said, I think we hand out licenses a little bit too willy-nilly. Okay, I'm not saying there needs to be like a fucking Navy SEAL training regimen, but
So this is where I had an issue. Is like so like when I moved to the state I'm in, I had to go, get my license switched over. And I saw like their driving test, and it was a closed course. Like they didn't go out on the streets or anything, like, right? So it was like a closed course that people were taking the driver's test on, at least the driven part. So the driven part was on a closed course. Now, when I did mine, which I would have done mine in like 2006, 2005, 2006, something like that, when I got my license. I had to drive in open traffic. The road that I drove on was a major fucking highway. So I was driving in major highways. I had to parallel park my car. Apparently they don't require parallel parking anymore.
K-turn.
Yeah. Or what is that? The 3-point turn?
Like pull in someone's driveway, reverse, and then go the other way.
Yeah, so a 3-point turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to go to a class. I had to go to like a fucking.
Our high school had a written test that you had to get a certain point in it as well.
So the written test I had to do at the DMV. And then I had to take, before I even got my actual license, I had to go to classes. Like I had to take, I think it was like almost a month of classes. So like I would go after school.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like bro, I hated it so much.
Yeah, they were a lot more lenient over here in Jersey.
Dude, when I lived in Ohio, I was like, I don't understand why it's this bad. Like, okay, I guess, yeah, maybe, we have more conditions or something like that here, but like, bro, the amount of like classes and stuff I did for driving, and then now like they don't require driver's ed to get a license. I was like, damn, well, that must be nice. So I did driver's ed for like a month straight, and then got my license, and drove on the road, not on a closed course, but here where I live now, you take the test, you go do the driver's course on a closed circuit, boom, there's your license.
In my state, I shit you not, I'm being 100% honest. When I took my driver's license test, I took 4 right turns around the police station, and I parked the fucking car, and they gave me my license. I'm not kidding. I swear to you, that's all I did. The person grading me could not have possibly cared any less about my actual ability to drive. Beyond making 4 right turns, I didn't even make a left turn. I did not even have to turn into traffic. And I parked the car, not parallel park, I just put it in the fucking parking lot. And they were like, yeah, that's all we need, you pass. Here's your license. And you know what? That's actually horrifying. That's terrifying. To know that the people around me driving.
I just don't know how you can have all these piercings. Like, no hate on people that have a bunch of piercings. I don't get it. I had my
Her
tongue.
nose hurts me. The top one, especially.
This one, I couldn't imagine this, dude.
That bar through the top.
Oh my, dude, that's got to be fucking terrible.
I've had countless friends do the gauging of the ears. That seems like it's like a regular thing.
Yeah, I did the gauging up to like, I think. Up to like a 10, I think is what it's called, a 10. I never went this big. Like, I never saw the point of it. I had my tongue pierced. I had snake bites. These ones down here.
I'm seeing more of that over the nose one.
This one here.
Yeah, I'm seeing more of that.
I think that's just there's a piercing here, and then like a little chain that connects. Or are you talking about this one?
Nah,
Lifted F-250s with 78 million lumen headlights on the.
Yeah, this is a chain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then this is a straight barbell that goes through. Obviously, septum piercing's the septum piercing. These are, I forget what these are called. But I don't know how you would eat with those. That's my thought too. Here is on this one is how are you eating with these? Like I'd be so worried about food getting stuck here. I already had issues when I had my tongue pierced where it was like I was worried that food was getting stuck in the hole and then it was gonna like rot my tongue out and everything else.
I've never had a piercing or a tattoo. I don't like pain.
It's not that bad.
Never broken a bone.
I had my ears pierced when I was only a couple weeks old. My mom took me to get my ears pierced.
You got both of them pierced?
Nah,
Just one
just the
side?
one.
Which
Yeah.
side did you get done?
Left.
Gay. That used to be the funniest shit back in the day. Sitting in school and somebody walks in with two gold studs in the ear. Gay. That dude is gay. Like, now you look back on it, it's like, okay, I guess whatever. Y'all were weird back in the day. Yeah, if you get it on the left side, that means you're gay. If you get it on the right side, man, okay. My dad used to be like that. He had one side pierced, and he goes, "Yeah, you can't get that other side pierced, or you'll be gay." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. I guess I won't get that pierced."
Front had to prove that they can turn a wheel to the right to drive those bitches through neighborhoods. That shakes me to my very core. And I think this very lax system of testing, this mindset of like you'll figure it out once you're on the road, leads to shit like what we're looking at today. I came across this TikTok the other day, and while it's nothing like earth-shattering, it's nothing heinous. It unlocked a new fear. Because at this point, I thought that we had sort of figured out all the kinds of bad drivers, or like all the things that people can do that make them dangerous on the road. Apparently, we're just getting started though. This TikToker named Lee made a video about how they bought a new car and how they didn't realize until after they bought it that the car did not have cruise control, and how that's a pretty big problem because they can't drive without it. Not doesn't like driving without it, can't. And I've got to be honest, this is something I've never even considered being a
What do you
thing for a
mean
person.
I don't even think that's a possibility.
Apparently, they can't drive with it. The amount of the rings, the metal on the face.
What are their do they have? Are their legs broken? What the fuck do you mean you can't?
I'm assuming emotionally.
No, I can't. I can't drive. No, that's like whatever they're doing. It sounds like some bullshit.
I'm sure it is.
Wanting a car with cruise control because it's nice on the highway? Absolutely. Needing a car with cruise control because you somehow cannot drive anywhere without it? I don't even really know what that could mean, but I guess we're about to find out. Let's begin. Please subscribe.
Why is Lee crying today? Well, because I just bought
Okay, first off, first red flag, you're talking about yourself in the third person.
a car this morning from CarMax Chevrolet Trax 2019, and I learned it doesn't have cruise control.
2019.
And you're probably like, why the hell are you
without
crying over cruise control? Because I literally can't drive without cruise control.
Okay, so right off the bat, later they're going to say that they just
Didn't you
assumed...
take it for a test drive?
You're supposed to, typically.
Right.
And
What the fuck?
you typically you look at all the features and stuff on the vehicle too when you first buy it.
Right, and that's the whole point of taking it for a test drive is so you can
See what it is, see how it feels,
Yeah.
See if it's meant for you. Yeah,
what the fuck?
that's typically what you do.
all
What the
cars
fuck?
have cruise control, and that's why they didn't ask. But, I mean, still, it just seems absurd to me that if you've somehow convinced
That is
yourself that
that
you
is something that I would assume as well. But still, I feel like you shouldn't buy a car. That's the whole point. The test drive is a meme itself. The phrase test drive. And it's from buying a car.
Yeah,
Everyone knows to test drive your car.
but I mean, I also think you can tell this is somebody that's younger. I'd probably say she's in her 20s. I'm early 20s. I'd say maybe 18 to 25. With some drug usage, but I'm just just guessing. Or heavy stress and anxiety. That would be the other thing I would assume. But yeah, I'm assuming that any car they've ever been in or ever seen before in their life has always had cruise control. Whereas in the 90s, that was a feature. It wasn't it comes stock with the vehicle, kind of
Well, that's a 2019. That's the crazy part.
yeah, but it's also one of those things that I guess maybe certain companies like Chevrolet, because she said Chevy, So I'm guessing Chevrolet, that's not a feature. It's just, well, it is a feature, but it's something you'd have to specifically get with a car or with like a specific one. Like, you know, they have like lower grades of the vehicles. Like, this is the 20,000, or this is the 20,000 version. This is the 30,000. This is the 40. You know, as it goes up, you get more and more
features.
Yeah, so I would assume this is probably like the lower end when it comes to their vehicles. I mean, if this is the car I mean, the interior looks nice and everything. It looks like it's suede seats and everything.
Cannot drive without
2019, I'm
cruise
sure it's a nice car.
Yeah. I mean, CarMax doesn't just throw shit out.
control that you would still ask, right? Like, if this vehicle not having a certain feature makes it basically defunct to you, how do you not think to be like, well, I know that all cars have cruise control, but just to be certain, you know, that just seems like it'd be the first thing that comes out of your mouth.
And I'm going on a road trip next weekend for like 6 hours, and I'm not doing that trip without cruise control, and I just bought this car. So everywhere I look online says you can add that. A lot of Chevrolets don't have cruise control, but it's something you can add on the steering wheel. And so I ring CarMax, and I'm like, hey, I just bought a car from you guys.
So this is where I think the internet lied. The internet didn't lie to her. The internet didn't give her proper context. So when they say that you can add it, I'm assuming, this is just me assuming once again, I'm assuming that it says that you can add it. It says an added feature to when you buy a new vehicle. That would be my assumption. Yeah. I don't know, but that would be my assumption when it comes to that. That's what, you know, I'm just assuming from my context of what I would assume.
Guys, and I want to talk to the service center and want to know if cruise control is something I can add.
Okie dokie. So, not trying to be too harsh on this individual, but I mean, I feel like this sort of goes back to what I was talking about earlier, how I think we're just handing out licenses a little bit too easily. I'm sorry, but to me, if a person
install cruise control into your fucking already like built car.
Yeah. I don't even know if that's a possibility, because I mean, I would assume that it has to go through the computer in the car, so they'd have to do reprogramming on the car as for you to be able to do that alone, and then they'd have to do the rewiring of the, like, that just sounds like a pain in the ass.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't even understand like what a factory option is for a car. Like, when you can't comprehend what Google means when it says that cruise control is an option or it's an add-on, to mean that it's something that's built in by the factory when a dealership or a person specs the car, not something you can.
Okay, so yeah, he got it too.
All right.
Actually just go like tack onto your car after the fact. I really question like your basic knowledge about vehicles, and I feel like there is a certain level of basic knowledge you should possess to be allowed to operate one. Like, I feel like a person who doesn't know that probably doesn't know how to change a tire or know what all the warning lights mean. Like, there is a certain level.
Most people don't know how to change a tire. I would say majority of adults, well, 60% of adults nowadays don't know how to change a tire. They can go on YouTube, which, hey, 100%, I'd support that. Learning how to do it real quick. But when it comes to one of your bolts being seized up or anything like that, you have no clue how to get it off. Yeah, you better YouTube it because it's not taught. That's another thing. It's not taught in school. I mean, you know, a basic what would you say, lifestyles or life studies or something like that, you know, the basics of that.
Yeah,
that would help a lot.
Yeah, like in like we had home ec.
Yep, shit. I remember home ec.
There should have been a class on like that should be a part of home ec, like learning basic shit that you would need to know.
Well, I remember when we were going to high school together, I had home ec 1 quarter, and then I had woodworking my 2nd quarter, and then like my 3rd or 4th quarter, I had what was it? Future Farmers of America.
What the fuck?
And then I think like one of
That's
my
some
last.
Ohio shit.
Yeah.
How can you have that as a class?
It was
What
just
the
a
fuck?
class, bro.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you learned about the like different seeds and shit like that, and how to plant, how to properly do this shit. This is
That is
when we were going to
crazy.
when I was going to school in London.
Nah.
Yeah, it was. I'm serious.
Where the fuck was the Future Farmers of America class? I didn't know
Um,
about that class.
you know where the men the restrooms used to be on the right side of the cafeteria?
Yeah.
So it was down that hallway.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And then I had like a basic economics class, so like they taught us how to like do savings, fill out a check, create a checking account, a saving account, how to properly budget and stuff like that, which, I don't know how much that helped. But yeah, we had those classes. I remember home ec. I forget who I was teamed up with. But it was like one of the baddies of school, and she never cooked. I was the one doing it. I was like, wait a minute, isn't this the other way? It's supposed to be around, like, I shouldn't be cooking. You should be the one cooking, but here I am cooking for you.
You're a simp ass nigga, bro. That's what.
Hey, I was back then. I'm like, let me get,
Oh, simping ass.
let me get 5 minutes. Let me get 5 minutes.
Of knowledge that I think we should be equipped with as humans when you're operating a 5,000-pound hunk of metal that can obliterate any human in its path. I feel like that's pretty fair to say.
And they're like, no, we can't do that. And so then I called the Chevrolet dealership around, and she's like, that's not even possible. That's not a thing you can do. So now I'm confused, and I don't understand. And I don't want to have to. I have 10 days to take this car back, but I don't want to take the car back because what are they gonna give me? My old car, and I don't want that car. That car's a piece of shit. Who the fuck makes a car without cruise control?
Apparently Chevrolet, but I don't really understand why you wouldn't want to return the car. I mean, I'm assuming you would just get your money back
You
and be able to
literally
put
have
that...
no other option.
No, she can
What
return
are
it.
you fucking talking about? Yeah, like, but she's saying that she's not gonna return. Like, what are you gonna do? You can't drive this car. You literally said you can't drive this car.
Just return the vehicle, switch it out for something, because CarMax works with you for the most part.
Or get the fuck over it because you somehow drove it off the lot and you're just not like you're still in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna have to save this as a screenshot. This is gonna be the.
But that would suck to take a road trip without it, though.
I mean, yeah, no, it's just you gotta keep your foot on the gas.
Yeah, it's really not that bad. No, like you.
It may
You just
suck a little
literally
bit,
have-
but
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I don't understand why she says she can't. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you have, Parkinson's or something? Like from the waist down? Like, what the fuck? What are you be talking about?
they call her knees down, bruh.
You can't just like press the pedal. What do you have? Like, what are you like?
I mean, she does look a little bit short, like where you see where. I mean, she could be slumped down at the same time.
Damn, she don't need some stilts. Stilts touch the gas pedal.
towards a new car, one that does have cruise control. I don't really understand why, like, the assumption is that you'd get your old car back. Anyways, after that video sort of
Yeah,
blew
what
up,
the
they
fuck?
released another one
You
responding
think
to
they're just
some
gonna
of...
reverse it? Like, bloop, bloop, bloop. There you go. Swap cars back.
You can have the old one back. Yeah. All right, we'll start the whole process over. No, they're just gonna give you another option.
Yeah, that's exactly what that would be like. Store credit, if anything. They're not giving you your old car back. They're already processing that one into like fucking selling it. Like,
Yep.
the criticism that the first one drew.
This truly makes no sense to me. The amount of y'all that are like, I've never used cruise control in my life. What do you mean? You go on the highway and you press your foot on the gas and you keep your foot there for hours?
So if you go to the comments,
Hours? Who's driving that long?
Well, I mean, I've done them
She's talking
before.
about doing road trips.
Yeah, she was talking about
If I'm
she's
that's if I'm driving at over an hour, yeah, that's the only condition I'll use a cruise control. But
Right.
well,
like you gotta,
there
she also has like if this is such a concern to her, why the fuck wouldn't that be a pre-concern of like, hey, I'm gonna check this thing out before I make my purchase.
Kenny, I feel like we just said this like less than like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
He completely missed the conversation.
That's crazy. It's almost like deja vu, honestly. it's almost like deja vu. in a way. How the fuck did that just happen? But I totally
I
agree
just
with
didn't make my comment.
you.
My
Hell
bad.
yeah.
My bad. We spoke too much. But I think like her replying back like to the one person saying like, in 30 years I don't think I've ever used my cruise control, and genuinely I understand her comment where she's like, so you're just gonna sit there for hours on end with your foot on the pedal. Yeah, some people will.
Yeah.
Because they're like, yeah, I ain't doing that dumb shit because insert dumbass reason. I'm a man, alpha. I always put my foot on the pedal because I'm always gas ahead, full speed. Something like that.
I got full control over my foot.
I take full control over my life. I don't let anybody take control, not even a robot. I'm like, okay, motherfucker.
I've mastered cruise control on my foot. I just tell it, hey, we're cruise controlling, and then boom.
I am the control. Jesus.
of the original video, there are some people who are pretending that cruise control is like public enemy number one. Like seriously, the comments are a bit dramatic, people acting like using cruise control is just asking to be in a traffic accident. But to answer your question, yeah. Not only because a lot of people just don't like cruise control, but as you've now realized, some cars don't have it, so that's kind of what you gotta do. Like, that's such a silly question. You just bought a car that doesn't have cruise control. What do you think the other option is? Anyways, this video continues talking about how, like, the reason that they were crying was not just because of the cruise control, it was an amalgamation of things, but it kind of gives off the impression that, like, the cruise control was not the end-all be-all. Like, it wasn't as big of a deal as that TikTok made it out to be. But then I found this one, which this one's from like a year ago, and it might be the most concerning one so far.
I've learned that apparently I'm like the only one in the world that uses cruise control. So I need to know, do you guys use cruise control? Because currently my check engine light is on and that disables cruise control in my Subaru for some reason. And I am struggling.
That's crazy.
I didn't know that was a thing with Subarus.
That's nuts. They're like, hey, bro, get your shit fixed or we're not driving for you. You can fuck off. Like,
Well, hey, Subarus are like some of the safest vehicles out there. So I mean, they're like, nah, there's something wrong, motherfucker. We ain't gonna let you. You ain't gonna ruin our name.
Without cruise control. Let me paint you a picture. I'm 4'9", okay? So when I sit in my seat to drive, I have to sit on a pillow, a special pillow, and then I have to be pulled
4'9"
all
is
the way up. So
crazy.
like the steering wheel is
Yeah, what is like 4'3"? Or 4'3"? What's considered a dwarf?
I think she has to be in there.
Let me see. How do we, oh my god, phone, work with me here.
I know some 4'9s. I know a few 4'10s too.
I know a couple 410 shotguns. I wish you would just give me a straight up answer. So a dwarf is considered 410.
410 and lower. Or
Yeah.
410 to like whatever. 3 something maybe.
Yeah.
Steering wheel is literally right here. If I get in a wreck, I'm dead. Like immediately, the
410 is
airbag's
the
just
worst,
gonna
yeah.
So what
all
is
the way
she?
up. So, and then I have to be.
She's
And I
4'9".
am struggling without cruise control. Let me paint you a picture. I'm 4'9". Okay, so when I sit in my seat to drive, I have to sit
Yeah.
on a pillow, a special pillow, and then I have to be pulled all the way up. So like the steering wheel is literally right here. If I get in a wreck, I'm dead. Like immediately, the airbag's just gonna break my neck immediately. That's not the point. The point is that I'm so far up and high up that my feet don't reach the floor if I extend to the pedal. So when I extend my foot to the pedal, it's up in the air. So I'm just like pressing the pedal. I can't rest my foot at the bottom and like just casually press the pedal. I'm like up in the air pressing the pedal.
So just out of curiosity, because I was trying to get a visual here, I tried to find a video of them driving this car they're talking about, and this one in the background is
Starbucks.
just that. And personally, this doesn't really look like what's being described to us. This does not look like a person who's struggling to fit in their car and be able to operate it. This looks like a person who's maybe too comfortable operating a car. One hand holding a phone, one hand holding a drink. I don't know what's
Yeah.
controlling the steering wheel.
That was
What
gonna
the
be my next
fuck?
question down the line. Like, how distracted actually is she while she's using cruise control?
I would say pretty distracted.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
The amount of videos that
That
you
makes
know,
sense.
of the live streamers crashing while they're like trying to make content or something.
Extra Emily.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't say it, Twitch.
I was gonna say, what is that one kid's name with the McLaren and shit? That young ass
Oh
kid.
yeah.
Oh, what's his name? He just got in trouble with
The dude
you
that
know,
got in a wreck
yeah,
with
you know who it is.
Neon.
yeah, no. What's his name? Jack. Oh my God, why am I blanking on his name? Jack Dorsey.
What?
Yeah.
Bro, you didn't see him crash his McLaren because he was live streaming on Twitch?
Oh,
Yeah,
Jack
Jack
Doherty?
Doherty.
Jack Doherty, yeah, my bad.
Oh. I thought you were talking about the dude that like
Owns
drives
Twitter.
fast on purpose.
Oh, no. I know who you're talking about. The guy in New York.
That got in an accident with Neon.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Maybe their knees, but this is just a strange thing to try and fight so hard for. If you're truly so small and so dainty that you can't operate a car, maybe don't. But again, having a video on your TikTok where you're driving a car without any hands at all makes it seem like you're not actually having that big of an issue.
How do y'all drive longer than 20 minutes without cruise control?
self-evidence.
Yeah. Self-incrimination.
Yeah.
One, I get bored, I get tired, I'm over it, my foot's cramping. How do you stay at the same speed? Do you use cruise?
I'm going to assume.
See? That's the issue. They don't know how to stay at the same speed.
I'm going to assume she has ADHD. Or ADD, whatever version you want to consider it. Just an assumption. I'm not a doctor here, people. Just remember that. None of us are doctors here.
I'm sure she has a lot going on.
Yeah, I would go with anxiety, depression.
She seems like she has a outgoing personality though.
Yeah, she seems like she's, she puts herself out there.
Control because I do, and I am obsessed with it. I'm having a hard time, and I don't get it until Tuesday when I get my car fixed. I'm having issues. Driving 30 minutes to work every day with no cruise control on the highway. It ruins my morning. It completely ruins it. Well, basically, this is my question for you guys. Do you use cruise control? If you do you only use it on the highway? Because I use it literally everywhere I go. Doesn't matter where, if it's the highway or the fucking downtown, I'm using cruise control.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah, okay. Before he speaks, I don't understand how you use it like downtown, because at least you know I don't know where she's living downtown, but like where I live, you'll start and then stop, and then start again, and then you'll get a solid 5 minutes down the road and stop. Like it's fucking annoying.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's why I was talking about like auto running. Because I feel like if I didn't start and stop, I would be fucking running past shit, or I'd be like, yeah, to just like consistently run in one direction.
Yeah, I guess I see what you mean by that. Yeah. You just play Black Desert Online because then you can just auto run to each NPC. That's the majority of that fucking game.
That has guided paths. Like here's the footprints to actually walk there.
That's got to be the best walking simulator I've ever played.
I never really got into it,
bro. I think I have like 2,000 hours into that fucking game.
God damn.
But realize it's AFK. Majority of the time, AFK leveling my character.
That's what you're doing. You're just clicking on, hey, do this quest, and then he goes and does the quest. And then you click on the, hey, turn this quest in. Then he goes and turns the quest in.
Yeah, that's essentially, yeah. And then, like, overnights, I would, like, put my character in a training dummy, and it would just sit there and fight the training dummy, and I'd come back, and it's like, you've gotten a quarter of a level over 16 hours. I'm like, bet.
Something. I don't even really know how that's possible. Like, based off the interior of the vehicle we just saw, it doesn't look like a car that would have like adaptive cruise control or like self-driving. So, I mean, it almost seems like more work to have to constantly reset your cruise control when you're going through downtown or like a neighborhood or something. It's also incredibly dangerous, especially if you can't fucking reach the pedals to stop yourself. You also get bored and tired. Take a fucking Uber then. Like, holy shit. I genuinely don't understand how people get to this point where they're comfortable going on a TikTok being like, hey, I'm endangering you, but it's because I'm so small and I get so tired. Like, holy shit, it's pathetic. Just goes to show that you never know who is driving around you, and you should never assume that you're safe on the road, because drivers like this are a lot more common than you'd think, unfortunately, and I don't think there's much we can do about it. Well, guys, what are your thoughts? I'm kind of curious to see what you guys think, because I know that there are certain states where getting a driver...
Dwarves everywhere driving, actually.
There's what?
Just dwarves everywhere. Can you imagine? Like, all the drivers were actually just dwarves. You didn't even know.
I mean, I've seen multiple dwarf drivers, and they have no issues doing it. There's like one dude, he drives like a fucking full-on, he's on YouTube or TikTok, I forget which one. It's like a full-on lifted truck and everything, and he gets in it.
That,
dude, it's crazy.
There's a dwarf in a lifted truck.
Yeah, I'll have to find it. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
How the fuck does he get in that thing? I just want to watch him.
That.
I just want to watch him get in it.
Let me find it. Yeah, this dude right here.
This is how I drive my lifted truck at 3.5 feet tall. And no, I can't even reach the handle. Now, to drive this truck, I use custom pedal extensions, a floorboard, and a custom seat. Yes.
What?
Calling them midgets. He's a little person.
Yeah, I guess he's, yeah. I don't even know anymore.
I don't want to pick him off. I love him. But he's a little person. Bro, how the fuck does he get in the
which
truck?
is the reason there's no carpet in this at the moment, as we're also getting rid of the rust. Then the brake pedal is bolted right through the actual pedal to make sure it never fails, as well as the gas is threaded through the gas pedal with a nut on the back to make sure it never fails. And no, neither pedals can get stuck below the floor. And no, the seat isn't just a normal booster seat, it's fully custom made by both my father and I. Now this is the point of view that I get while driving, and as you can see, I am the same height as everybody else in this truck. And yes, when driving, I drive just like everybody else. This is how I drive my lifted truck at 3.5 feet tall. And no, I can't even reach...
I'm gonna see if yeah, I think this is it.
Well, there's
This is
always
another
new people
guy.
joining the party and asking how I get in. There's never nothing
the
to
fuck
it
is
other
going-
than
there's like
this
a-
time the amp step is still just frozen. So as long as it continues to come back down, it can do its halfway up thing and I'll be good.
Oh, there you go.
Which is
There you go, Kenny.
fun.
God damn.
That's it. So I mean, she can't even say, you know, it's, you know, she's got issues with it.
Yeah. Well, if she doesn't have a fucking fitted out car, that's like. But also, she's,
Yeah, but this guy's 3'5", and I mean, she's got what, a foot, foot and 4 inches on him. So yeah, like she's got some shit on him. All right.
This is crazy. This is a crazy angle. Arguing 4'9" over 3'5".
Hey, you know, it is what it is.
Fucking nuts.
I'll be right back.
All right.
These motherfuckers short. Yeah, damn. Ain't nothing wrong with that though.
Nah, they living their life, bruh.
Man, I bet life is so crazy as a fucking little person.
It's definitely got to be different. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to do it.
It's gonna take you forever to get anywhere.
Yeah, possibly.
But you could probably ride just about anything. like,
Not
I'd
no
have-
Disney
I'd-
rides.
I would ride a fucking. Fuck you mean? I get a dog. I'd get like a bull mastiff. And fucking put a harness. Put a fucking harness on that damn thing and ride it.
You retarded.
The fuck? Nah, there's gotta be. Man, I'm telling you.
Let me roll up and let me go grab this.
Yeah, the fuck you mean? I would fuck a car. I'm pulling up with the homie.
Some Harold and Kumar. Yo, bro, let's ride this cheetah.